Hello, beautiful people, and this is Gail Scott again, coming with another channeled message for you to bring you a little bit of hope and light in the darkness that we are living in right now. So this particular message has come through from a group that I call the Multiverse, and they are a group of different collectives and energies that come together to bring forward messages through me. And so their message today is very, I'm going to say a little controversial. So bear with me. I'm just the messenger. And I hope that this will bring you some hope for the future. So as I've been telling you for several months now with these videos, there are a lot of changes happening on our planet right now and with us as a species, and we can really see that. There are so many changes. In fact, they're telling me that we're just in a constant state of change. And it's not the same thing as chaos theory where molecules are in motion and it's constantly creating something different, although that is what is happening. But the change message that they want to bring us today is talking specifically about healthcare on our planet and about more of the changes that are going to come in terms of our evolution as a species on the planet and how we choose to take care of ourselves, specifically around the arena of healthcare. And so they are confirming that, over the last 12 months, there have been huge changes. This is nothing new. And so why are they bringing this message? Because is it really something new? Well, it is. We have reached the 100th monkey. And what I mean by that is that we have reached a consensus of consciousness on our planet, which, if you're not sure what that means, then go to my previous video that talks about how awake are you, how conscious are you. It really explains what that is like for us to have passed the 100th monkey mark, where people are beginning to notice things just by a matter of awareness rather than being told something. And so they're talking about a real dismantling of our current climate that's on its way. This is not a climate change that we would think of when you think of weather. No, this is a breakdown, basically. And if you thought it was tough by now, just wait, there's a lot more coming. So there's a lot of dismantling that has to happen in some of the systems that we have here on planet Earth. And they're bringing this message not with the intention to make us scared. They don't want to bring fear, but they just want us to know this is the stuff that's coming. And when we know and we can be a little prepared for what's coming, then it's a little easier to manage the change, the process of change. So they're telling me, don't be alarmed when you begin to see certain systems almost deconstructing right in front of your very eyes. And they're telling me that this is necessary. It's 100% necessary for us, because a lot of these systems are archaic. They don't work anymore. They need an overhaul. And many times, in order to create an overhaul, you have to take something to pieces. And this is what's coming, and specifically in our healthcare system. They're also mentioning to us that because we have a global internet, this is not going to happen in just one country. This is going to happen across the world. And so it's been brought about because there are certain energies on our planet that are not of the light. And so those particular energies that have been in power, running the show, so to speak, calling the shots for so long, are their mandate and their desire and their wish is they're attempting in this process right now to overhaul and control our medical system, specifically using pharma. And this is not going to be allowed. This process will disintegrate. It will be dismantled. They're not saying that all pharma is bad, because it's not. It has been very helpful to us, and it is very useful for us. But most of it, they're telling me, has come in with a very negative energy that is not assisting humanity at all. And it has to be dismantled in order for us to shift and to move into the fifth dimension. Now, our pharma system, our methodology of healthcare at the moment is organized in a large scale distribution system. And it's organized with an agenda that is not actually for the betterment of our species. And this is the reason why it has to crumble, because we're beginning to notice as humans who we really are, that we're sovereign beings, that we have our own inner wisdom, that we have an innate ability to have harmony and balance and health within our lives. And we know what's best for us. And this is what happens in this fourth dimension place when you're becoming conscious and you're moving out of that fear paradigm in the third dimension. You realize that you don't want to be persuaded or manipulated or influenced in a way that doesn't feel right to you anymore. And so you're going to see that happening more and more. You're going to see where that is happening, how it's been happening. And you can see that very clearly when you look at particular drugs that are being marketed, let's say, by pharma. And you can see, for example, in a magazine, there are 2 to 3 pages of adverse side effects based on taking that drug, which is supposed to make you better. And so these lengthy descriptions of possible side effects and implications, they're not healthy for you. And this group of collectives are telling us, waken up and notice that this is not a wise thing to be putting into your body, and really begin to understand that you are walking about with a sovereign body, a light body, an energy body that can work in harmony with itself and with its environment. And that we have many other more natural solutions available to us that can actually assist us in being well. And we don't have to do this on our own. There are many individuals on our planet who have studied this material for years, hundreds and hundreds of years, some of these alternative healing methods that are out there. And people are gifted. We have many individuals on our planet who are gifted with a real ability to be able to use energy to manipulate the chemical composition of our bodies and to bring about health and harmony and balance within us. And there are also many on our planets who are very connected to plants and nature and Gaia, Mother Earth. And that there are ways using those means also that can bring us harmony and balance and health. And that these ancient methods have been around for a very long time, but as a result of some of the shifts that have happened, they've actually been suppressed over the years, and that this is going to be changing moving forward. So if you're someone who tends not to believe in alternative healing, you're probably not really going to be very interested in this message. So that's completely fine. You can stay with your own belief systems and not change anything. That's really up to you. But for those of you who are very open to shifting and changing and moving with this new energy that's coming on, you're going to see big changes. For those of you who do want to cling on to the old ways that you are very familiar with, that feel very safe, and you'll continue to believe in those things, that this will ultimately be your demise. They're saying it's not a death sentence per se, but when they speak about big pharma, you cannot evolve as a soul on planet Earth. by continuing to ingest these particular chemicals. And so because the third dimension is going to shift on our planet, you're going to shift with it, which means that you will probably incarnate into another life in another dimension, somewhere else that is a third dimensional place. In order to continue that journey within third dimension, this is something that I've actually spoken about before on many of my videos, that not everyone is going to move forward in through the fourth dimension and into the fifth. It might be too difficult. It might not be your soul's journey. There's lots of different reasons. But that this particular crumbling of our healthcare system is going to be something that's going to be up front and center. So it's a universal shift that's happening on the planet. It's not singularly placed in one country. And because we have what I call our global communication system, our internet, we are able to access all of these amazing health practitioners, doctors, care workers, and medical intuitives who know more about this information, that can bring forward these alternative methods. So we do not have to rely on these pharma companies and these drug products, because they're telling me that the business of pharma companies is about making money. And it's not actually about bringing about health to our species. And so all of these other natural practitioners who are practicing worldwide are going to be coming together to form a coalition that is going to assist humanity at a global level in order for us to harmonize and synchronize, and in a sense to co-create a new experience of healthcare for our species in general, and acknowledging that we can work with one another and we can appreciate everybody's contribution that they bring to the table. And so don't be alarmed if you start to see notifications and information coming forward that's contradictory to what you're used to hearing and seeing and understanding, because that's the message that they're bringing me right now for you. Is this is your heads up. This is your, hey, notice, be prepared when this kind of information comes forward more and more as an alternative way to manage our health as a species. And so for those of you who are in denial about this and have decided that that's not what you're interested in, that's fine. That's totally cool. But for those of you who are interested in this, who are keen to move forward, to create a new world for ourselves, and are willing to go through this challenging time of moving into the fourth dimension, in ascension, to go up to fifth dimension, they want you to know that this information is available to you, and don't be shocked. They don't want you to feel that this is a shock. They recognize change is difficult, and it's very difficult for us as human beings being in the third dimension. It's a very low frequency, but what they really are suggesting is that we begin to access more of our intuitive knowing, and we begin to really tap into trusting that we know what is best for us, and that it can be smooth if we choose it, just by tapping into that inner wisdom. It doesn't need to be as difficult as it might appear. And it certainly doesn't need to have shock value. It doesn't need to be sudden, and you don't need to lose your stability when you become aware of these changes and you see the dismantling of these structures and these processes and these systems that have been in place for so long. Don't let it get to you. Don't lose your own groundedness, your own foundation of self, and your own knowing of what is right and what works for you. Because even though the information that's coming through, it might appear to be difficult to hear, you already know what's best for you. So just let that flow through you so that this new information can really integrate and assimilate with you. This is the changes that they're telling me are coming. And it is an expansive time. It's a huge paradigm shifting, expansive breakdown, breakthrough situation that we're going through. And, you kind of got to be okay with the breakdown experience, because it's not going to last for too long. And given the nature of our internet, we have access to many others on our planet who are very, very well connected and have information that can help us. And they're suggesting that when you do see something like this, share it. And be cautious about where you share it. Share it on platforms that you know are not going to be censored. Share it widely with others that you know that are interested in this information. And they're telling me that when we are willing to do that, to share it into spaces where it's acceptable, this change will actually process through much faster and much smoother for all of us. And don't be concerned that we're alone in this. We are not. We as a species on planet Earth are well supported, and we've already been taken care of with the light, because there are many galactic sources and energies that are fully supporting us in this transition. And they reiterated the same message that I brought just recently, that the darkness that was running our planet, let's say, has been removed. We're going through this breakdown in order to clean up basically the mess that they left behind. And that's what we're dealing with. And we're simply transitioning through these changes so that this light that is already on our planet can be really fully illuminated for us, for our benefit, for our ascension, for our moving forward, and for our integration into this new dimensional place. And so they're very excited to be able to bring through this information. There are many of them, and they want you to hear this message loud and clear, loud and clear. There are changes coming, and because we're dealing with this huge health crisis, they want you to know that there are changes coming in the healthcare system, and to be open to some of the new opportunities that are going to show up, new people with expertise, and new healers that will be able to assist you in this challenging time, and new technology that is also going to show up that will be available to us to assist us as we move through this difficult time. This particular channeling is a beautiful one to listen to, the actual channeled message. If you have never done that before, then I recommend that you just take a visit onto my website, onto the channeling page, and look for the one that talks about pharma and healthcare. And just listen. It's not very long. It's about 13 minutes. But you will feel the energy of it. And when you listen to the actual channeled transmission, you receive an upgrade. You receive a vibrational shift. Your dimensional shift moves faster because you're actually listening to the key codes in the transmission that are coming through me. And so that's my message for you today. So as I say always, stay the course, hang in there. Please like this video and subscribe. And if you're struggling, please reach out to others. Reach out to me, reach out to others who can help you. There are so many of us on the planet now who are in a different headspace than what is being portrayed out there in the mainstream. And so with much love, I thank you for listening. And until next time, I appreciate you. And thank you for being here. And thank you for being someone who is willing to hear this new and different and often challenging information. It's really my honor to be able to do that for you. So thank you again.